All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
But more of the R-rated film that most other people do. There's some salty language in it and shit like that.
We work very well together, okay?
Gruesome twosome!
Gruesome twosome!
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
These guys are laughing.
I'm here for the gangbang.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Inconceivable!
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! I feel like I'm taking crazy pills! What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Set no substitutes.
Hey enthusiasts, what's good? This is Salty Language episode 199.
The sexiest podcast on the network. Enthusiast Assemble.
Nice. Oh man, there's a t-shirt.
Right, I should write that down. Speaking of t-shirts.
T-shirts?
We're going to have some. In fact, I even got a sound clip for it.
The guys get shirts. Don't make a fucking maniac out of me. The guys get shirts.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's maybe the fastest soundbite we've ever had on the show. It's like not even 2 minutes in.
Pretty much got the final whatnot put together for the first...
The inaugural.
Yes, the first inaugural Salty Language t-shirt release.
Excellent.
Yeah, so stay tuned to our Twitters and whatnot.
Yeah, and such.
Because they'll be limited.
Obviously.
And stuff.
Right.
And things.
Right. And, if you meet us, we'll autograph them.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Or your boobs. We'll autograph those, too. Male or female, I'll autograph them. I have no shame.
Me neither. Shameless.
You whip them out, I'll sign them.
Exactly.
That only goes for boobs. Nothing below maybe below the belt.
Depending on the age.
And how much beer I've had.
Oh.
But certainly depending on the age. That rule is firm.
In fact, if you're a lady, someone of the fair sex, we will sign your boobs while staring down your husband.
I'd probably be licking my lips as I was staring at him, just to add a little more uncomfortable to it. And then do like the gold dust thing,
right.
Which no one got to see, but if you want to get a good intro of that, look up Gold Dust intro, or a video of it as a WWE wrestler.
In fact, maybe I'll put a nice little GIF of that on our website.
I'm glad you're not like super tech man, where you could like paste my my Twitter Abby on that, because
that'd be awesome.
That'd be fantastic.
It would be.
Yeah. So before we get into the other stuff here, I wanted to say a quick thank you to anybody that's a Salty Language listener that checked out The Crazy Life with me and Jen. We've got some really good feedback on it and some good downloads. So thanks for everyone. And the new episode should be up by the time you listen to this. So, and hopefully it'll be, we'll be getting it to iTunes and Stitcher before too long to make it easier to download.
Yeah, for people like me.
Yeah, dum-dums like you.
That's right. If I can't find it in my podcast app, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know. So it was funny when I submitted it to Stitcher, they were like, well, the feed's good and all, but, you might want to reconsider this, like line 52 or whatever. I look at line 52 and it's like iTunes address or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that, it's beneficial to have podcast.
We're working on it.
Yeah. It's like, keep your pants on.
Yeah. Settle down, Stitcher. I'm not signing that.
This is true. This is true.
And stuff.
Yep. So anyways, that business is out of the way. Guess also before we get into current business, we'll, talk about future-ish business, which is next episode will be our whopping mammoth Jamma 200th episode.
Well, slow down.
Oh, wait.
Because this will drop on Mizzity Monday.
Yeah.
Next episode, we just got done recording a newest episode of The Enthusiast.
Oh, yes, this is true, with comic book writer Greg Wright.
So post-Enthusiasts, it'll be the 200th episode.
Right. So if you want to send in a voicemail or, your comedic stylings, your pro wrestling audition tape that you also sent to WWE Tough Enough, whatever you'd like to send us. I actually have a story that kind of segues on that.
Perfect.
Well, two, actually.
Even better.
That, you can send them, you can call our voicemail at
415-85-SALTY or 415-857-2589.
So awful.
For a good time.
Should have got somebody who can sing to actually record that for us.
Yeah,
just
really,
have that
not
drop.
this guy.
Yeah. Then all you got to do is just hit the button, and it's perfect.
I know, it's true.
Neil, record our voicemail number, and like it's 867-5309, and send that in. Only,
but it's 857-2589.
I just want Neil to do it because I think he'll have the most fun doing it. Anyway, call the voicemail, leave us a message, or if you'd like to send something in, you can send it to saltylanguage@gmail.com if you have a file or something you want to send us.
True.
So, boom. So, real quick, I guess I'll tell the segue stories off the Tough Enough thing.
I love segues.
WWE, a month or two ago, announced that they're bringing back Tough Enough, their tryout show or a reality show to where the winners are going to get NXT contracts.
Are you tough enough?
Anyway, it was kind of cool watching Payback, the last pay-per-view, when they were playing some of the submission videos, and I saw Nick Diener's video.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Former, as sad as it makes me to say former, but former lead singer of the Swellers, and brother of John O'Diener, who was on an episode of The Enthusiasts.
Yes.
He sent in his video, and they've shown it, and it was like on Raw the Monday after. It was in the clip of ones that they showed on there too. So it was kind of cool to. I was like, man, how much, you got to appreciate getting after it. Like, he raps 13 years on his band, giving that a go, and now he's going after his dream of being a pro wrestler. So, and he's still hella young, so it's, not like he's past
entirely
his prime.
possible.
Yeah, and he's been, lifting weights like a maniac. So,
right.
Good luck to him.
Yeah, there you go.
Give me somebody to root for if he made it.
It's true.
Otherwise, I'll be like, I don't care. The other thing, and this is not as funny or good-hearted, but, and I haven't really talked about this much on the show, but, like, my mom has, like, vertigo issues that are really bad.
Right.
And it causes her to lose her balance and fall and whatnot. And this morning she fell, like, through a piece of, pegboard. And
that's exciting.
Yeah. So I was like, listen, Mom, just because WWE is doing Tough Enough, you don't have to. I'm like, just because you see the pro wrestlers doing it doesn't mean you need to be doing it.
It's like Farley. Whoopsie-daisy.
Yeah. Just right through the thing. Because they had it blocking off a door because there's a dog in there. They don't want the dog getting into the other room. And
right.
So
little they know.
She's okay for those who care. But it's.
Be an elbow smash right through there.
Yeah. I told her, I was like, wait till you get the contract, then you start throwing yourself through tables.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
this is an ECW, Mom.
Know,
what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, maybe she's, you remember when Mae Young was having Bubba Ray Dudley, like, Bubba Bomber through tables when she was, like, 86?
Right.
It's like, just because she did it doesn't mean everybody should do it, So, yeah, there's my other Tough Enough story.
Wow. Is your mom tough enough?
I guess.
Find out next week.
Yeah, right.
On Salty Language.
It's too bad I don't have a video of it. I would have sent it to WWE.
Yeah, who knows? She might become a pro.
Right? They're like, what, man? Come on. You have Mae Young going through tables. And it was Mae Young's idea. So
coming down to the ring, vertigo.
Just stumbles and falls. Oh, terrible.
Falls into the crowd.
Yeah. It's awful. Awful.
It's kind of funny, though.
Yeah. That's what I said. Awful funny. All right, so let's get to the week here. So, how's your week been?
You know, I had an awesome weekend.
Yeah.
And an week.
Well, that doesn't necessarily shock me because, you know, your weekend was living it up at Cedar Point, and your week is getting punched in the dick at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I took a nice long weekend because it was our anniversary. We took the family to Cedar Point, hung out there for the weekend, and in Sandusky in general, and had a blast.
Yeah.
It's a good weekend although it was busier than fuck at Cedar Point.
Yeah, somebody else, I forgot who, somebody else I know went and said the same thing.
It was like student weekend. So there was all these kids in matching T-shirts.
Was that opening weekend too?
No, last week. The weekend before was opening weekend.
Okay. Still, it's close enough that...
Yeah, but it was busier than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. We learned our lesson. Like, okay, we're not going to do this next year.
Yeah.
Because it's way busier than it should have been. But we still had a good time. Rode a bunch of shit. Rode the new ride, which was fun.
Next year at Motor City Comic Con for the family vacation.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got Leah to ride the Top Thrill Dragster with me.
Nice.
That was awesome.
That's cool.
Which, if you're not familiar, it's one of those ones where you sit and then it launches at about 120 miles an hour, 400 feet up, and then you just go over a little curve and you go 400 feet down and you're done.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. We're waiting to get on. We're like the next people to get on the car. She's like, I'm really nervous, Dad. I'm like, yeah, I know, but you're going to have fun.
Yeah.
And halfway up the hill after we get launched, I just hear, "This is awesome!"
And that was you, right?
Oh, yeah, that was me.
In that voice. Tony, oddly enough, goes falsetto. When
yeah, it's crazy.
You wouldn't think so, but crazy enough, yeah.
That's
cool,
Cedar Point was a good time.
Logan's still not a big fan of coasters. Is he?
He'll ride. He's rode every coaster except that one. I can't get him on that one yet.
That's at least he's going for most of them.
Yeah, and in true sadistic sister fashion, she was rubbing it in like, "Well, I rode and you didn't." He's like, "I don't care." And then she goes, "Well, your friends will."
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, "Ooh, that's dirty."
Damn. Man, she's twisting the knife.
Yeah.
That's ice cold right there.
I know. That's
better watch her.
Like,
yeah.
Damn.
That dead mouse you found might have been her.
Yeah, really, no shit. Cat was like, "That's my job." She's like, "I got this."
She's like, "Back off." Cat's like, "Whoa, I don't want no trouble."
In the basement with a knife in her mouth.
Yeah.
Full camo.
She's a Brock Sampson or something when he's going hunting in the forest. Just covered in blood with a knife in her teeth. I guess it's funnier if you know that Tony's...
if you knew my daughter and how petite and little she was.
Yeah. Rather than being some hulking brute like Brock Sampson.
Yes, exactly.
Man. It looks like you guys tried a variety of places. They had the Frosty Bees.
Well, Jeannie and I, we really went to one place.
Oh, okay. It just looked different in your pictures, I guess, then.
But the place was awesome because, we told the kids, we're like, there's going to be a night that, you guys can go to the park because they're old enough now to go out on their own.
Like, we're just going to drop you at the Lost and Found, and then Mommy and Daddy are drinking.
I'm like, so Friday night, the park closed at 8, and we're like, we're leaving at 7. We're going out to dinner because it's our anniversary weekend.
Yeah.
And we'll be back eventually. Here's Mom's phone. Mm-hmm. And here's the hotel keys. Here's some cash so you guys can get, some food and stuff.
So I take it Mom was driving? You said, "Here's Mom's phone." Oh, you meant you actually left her phone.
Left her phone.
Okay,
yeah,
I thought you were meaning
when they got done in the park, they could call us like, "Hey, we're at the hotel."
I thought you meant that you were like, "Here's Mom's phone number. Daddy's getting drunk." Okay.
And then we went to this because I'm a Yelper, so I was trying to find somewhere for us to go, and it's called the Small City Tap House, right?
Shout out, right?
And it's they have Vietnamese food, which we both like, and then they have sushi, which I love.
Yeah.
And then they have 40 taps.
Which you also love.
Yeah, so we both do. So I'm like, all right, I'm like, we're going to check this place out. It's right in the heart of like Sandusky under his quote unquote historic waterfront.
Uh-huh.
And I think they've been open for less than a year, if I remember right, talking to the bartender.
Okay.
Jessie, she was awesome. But so we walk in, the place is just packed. You know, I was thinking, I was thinking I should get a reservation, but I didn't because I'm like, we'll probably sit at the bar.
Yeah.
Packed everywhere. And we told the hostess, like, hey, table for two, but we'd rather probably sit at the bar. Well, you know, another older couple came in and wanted to sit at the bar too. And since we were chatting with the hostess, she's like, hey, let me tell you guys a little secret. There's a couple people at the bar. They're waiting for a table. I'm going to seat them right now, so you should follow me.
Nice.
So she hooked us up.
Nice.
But yeah, you know, we got in there and there are 40 taps. We ordered a couple flights of beers, and they weren't in the shot glasses. They came in like wine glasses.
Okay.
And like half full wine glasses.
All right.
And we commenced to have some beers and have a good time.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the pictures of the beer flights, and, you know, beer flights always look fantastic no matter how the beer is. You know, they always look like, oh, that looks delicious because, you know, frosty beers.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
I mean, the food was killer. I got sushi, which Jeannie tried because she's like, she can eat seafood now.
Yeah.
Still not a fan.
Yeah.
Wasn't for her.
Right.
But she got some Vietnamese noodles. She said they're awesome. We got an app. It was awesome. But the funny stuff was, like, when we sat, there was two pretty attractive women next to me, a blonde and a brunette. Mm. And the blonde, I didn't even notice this. Jeannie notices. She positioned her chair, like, to, like, put her back to me. Jeannie's like, I think she doesn't want you to talk to her. Thought you were going to hit on her. Well, we ended up talking with them the whole night because I don't know if that woman used to work there and she loves beer.
Her spider sense was tingling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
she's like, I've heard your podcast.
Well, by the end of the night, you know, she's just bullshitting with us and like, hey, do you guys want to eat my sushi? And it was turning the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, we made friends with the bartender. She bought us around because our anniversary.
Nice.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh,
it was great. A little old lady came up, like an old, you know, looked like they just wandered in. They ordered Bud Lights and Coors Lights, and they had Miller Lite and Bud Light in bottles. And the owner is a little Vietnamese guy. He brought them bottles of Bud Light. And the woman's like, I got a Coors. And the way he did this dismissive wave to her, it was fantastic.
Oh, wow.
He completely dismissed her want of a Coors Light.
Wow. Well, she wanted a beer she could tell was cold.
Yeah, that's true. In the mountains.
I mean, that's all she wanted, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that place is awesome, though.
That's cool, yeah.
And, you know, I did my, like I said, Yelper. Every morning we'd head somewhere different for breakfast, and it was always a hole in the wall.
Wow, yeah.
Full of, like, you know, like grizzled fishermen and
that
shit.
That area used to have a lot of that stuff, and I know, like, a lot of it kind of disappeared over time because better stuff was going in. Not better stuff as in better food necessarily, but like higher end stuff was going in because of it being a tourist, trap. So yeah, it's a shame when you see the greasy spoons go out of there because that's where we used to eat whenever we go in there. It's like
I love it. I love a greasy spoon.
Yeah, it's like you know you're rolling the dice with the health risks, but you know whatever.
It's true. It's probably questionable.
Yeah, but
pork products and whatnot. But
that's why you order stuff that you know has to be cooked well.
The first place we went for breakfast, we walk in. It was one of those places. It's like wood paneling. They got the breakfast bar, and it's all old people in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a good sign.
Yeah, that means breakfast will be cheap. Yep.
Yeah, and it was dirt cheap. Yep. I mean, I looked up and they had this dry erase board for their specials, and it was the what the fuck was it? It was called like the Big Man. Yeah, Big Man's breakfast.
Nice.
And it was 3 eggs, quote unquote, lots of potatoes. And 7 strips of bacon.
That's a lot of bacon. Most places give you like 3 strips. So
yeah, it was either 7 strips of bacon or half a pound of sausage.
Wow! All right.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
So I was like, I'll take the bacon, and it was delicious. Oh, and it came with toast too.
Well, of course it did. Yeah.
Yeah, it was delicious though.
Wow. All right. That's fair though. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it, like $4?
It was like 5 something.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, it's usually somewhere in that.
It was insane.
That's why I love, like, because that's the kind of stuff I usually get for breakfast, and that's why I love it, is that you go out, and it's like, it's usually like $4 for this gigantic breakfast. So,
well, it just made me laugh when it just said lots of potatoes. Like, I have to see what this is now.
It's almost like you want to ask the manager or the owner, like, okay, it says lots of potatoes there, but is there an actual measurement in the kitchen, or do you just scoop whatever the hell you want?
There's just one big scoop, just as lots on it.
Good enough. I mean... At that point, it becomes a scientific measurement, right? I mean, if
it's true.
The container says lots, you fill the container, now you have lots. And
right.
Science.
That's
pretty sweet, though.
I also had we were on we were waiting for a ride or whatever. Or no, I can't remember what the fuck's going on. But Lee and I just basically ran this ride. It's called the Lake Erie Eagles. And it just spins in a circle, and you can, like, steer the bird you're in.
Okay.
You know. It's kind of new. We never rode on it, so she wanted to check it out.
All right.
So we're sitting in the thing, and, you know, they always got to come around and check your seatbelts and stuff, right?
Right.
And the guy's checking Leah's seatbelt, and he goes to check mine, and I just, because, you know, corner eye, you notice weird movements.
Yeah.
The guy was going to, like, doing his movement like he was, like, picking up, like, a dirty sock or filthy underwear off the ground.
Okay.
And he was tightening my seatbelt, which the end of it he was grabbing was resting right on, like, my cock ball.
Well, which is why he didn't want to.
It was
touch
awkward for everybody. If he would just, I would have tightened it if he would have just pointed it out.
Right, like, sir, you need to tighten that. But like, oh, okay.
But instead, he like, if his 2 fingers. And
would have been funnier if he had, like, tongs at the ready. like he just on his belt loop or something.
Kitchen scallop
tongs.
tongs.
Yeah, exactly. He just whips a pair of those out and grabs it.
They must go through that all day. That never occurred to me.
Yeah, you're right, though, because of where that seatbelt tends to lie. Yeah, they probably do.
I mean, I was trying really hard not to laugh once I realized what was happening.
What would be funnier is if, you know, you were, like, you know, lifting your pelvis up as he was doing it.
Got a little hip bridge.
Yeah. Go on.
Oh, behave.
Don't be afraid. Get in there.
Brian, it would be
more seductive than sex.
I agree.
It's true.
Hall of
It's
Famer
true.
Randy Macho Man Savage. I agree.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was something, all right. But then we capped off our Cedar Point weekend, as is tradition when we go to Cedar Point.
Mm-hmm.
We always stop at the Toff's Ice Cream Factory.
Yeah.
Because it's there.
Right.
And they've got like a million flavors.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's, you know, you go, I'll take a small cone, and it's like 4 scoops. It's retarded how much ice cream they give you.
Yeah, that's certainly a lot of ice cream for a small.
Yeah. It's crazy. So, you know, I got my sherbet because ice cream and I don't get along real well.
Right. Yeah.
And it's raspberry, so it's this hot pink sherbet.
Nice.
And I'm eating, you know, I am.
So it matched your shirt and shoes.
Of course.
Yeah.
And underwear.
Well,
except the lace.
I didn't want to assume you were wearing underwear. Except the lace. Nice.
But so I'm eating this cone, and I took one
seductively,
bite.
right?
Well, of course.
Okay. All right.
But I realized my mistake with the first bite was I should have got the bowl and spoon.
Right. Too much teeth. Gotcha.
Dude. So much sherbet in the beard. And I get nutty with food on my face.
Yeah.
And I had this huge stack of napkins, and I went through the whole fucking thing.
Like, stuff like that is almost impossible to get out without, like, rinsing your beard.
I finished my cone.
Yeah.
I went into the bathroom, washed my beard, and then I'm doing a squat underneath the air dryer trying to dry my face.
Oh, okay. I was thinking maybe you were drying your balls or something. I don't know.
No,
Oh, you said under it, not over it. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was insane how much. And Jeannie was just like, "You just have a giant pink beard."
Yeah. Yeah. Which
then I came home and I installed Summer Beard.
Right. Well, Pink Beard is going to be the name of the ice cream shops we open.
Everyone's got to have a big giant beard.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, it's fine. You know, if you don't have one will be issued to you. You know, no,
Here's your
no
standard
worries.
issue giant beard. Pink beard.
Right. Would you like the summer one or the winter one? You know, because yeah. I actually was thinking I should probably not that I have a super long beard, but it's rather like thick. So I'm thinking it's about time to go summer beard here and trim it down.
Trimmed it back a little. Kept the mustache though. I like the big mustache.
Right. Well, you got to have something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I couldn't believe. I mean, well, my shit was like, because I have such curly facial hair.
Yeah.
That, like, I would stretch it out and it'd go like the middle of my chest.
Oh wow. Yeah. Like
I mean, I was full blown. If it was straight, I would look like ZZ Top.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's weird. Like, some of it grows just straight out. Like from like the hairs will just grow straight, and then some of them will lay down, and some are a little curly. It's almost like, you know, you see those yards that look like they have 5 different types of grass in them. That's kind of
Right.
what I'm rocking. So I have to keep using various product like barbecue sauce to keep it all down.
Try sherbet.
Yeah, right. I wasn't kidding though. Like I know, because I got ice cream a few weeks ago, and as I was eating it, you know how it hits in your beard and you don't realize it's in your beard, basically. Cause,
Oh no, I can
you?
always
Okay.
feel it.
I can't. So
I get nutty.
I get food. Like, I always check after I eat because I know I've probably got something in there, but I can't tell. You know, and like that, or like barbecue sauce though. Like, seriously, is one that it's a pain in the ass to get out of there. I mean, you can only lick so much. You
Right.
know?
I mean, we were eating popcorn when I was, Amish.
Yeah.
and I had like shit all over. It looked like
yeah.
it looked like I just woke up and like rolled out from underneath a seat in a movie theater or something.
You probably did.
It's
Oddly
insane.
enough, just as sticky.
Just sticky.
Wait.
Oh, I guess speaking of movie theaters, we also went and saw Avengers 2.
Damn it, I was waiting for
Electric
you to say,
Boogaloo.
Speaking of sticky, but all right.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't got to see it yet. Things haven't fallen into place, so.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Although there's some things I didn't really like about it. But, because we talked about it afterwards, my wife and I, and like Ultron's very emotional in it.
Yeah. And that
which I
seems
didn't
to
really
be
care
something
for.
a lot of people don't seem to
Yeah,
care for.
because he in the comics he's like just stone cold.
Well, he's a robot. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then Jeannie brought up a great point, which is why I love her. She's like, in order for him to be Tony Stark's foil, he needs to be emotional because he's so analytical. And I'm like, yeah, all right, I can see that.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
But
I could see real easily where I've heard people talk about how I think on Graphic Novice they were talking about how was it VF that didn't care for Ultron because he's too James Spader basically.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I could easily see that because from watching the clips and the the trailers and stuff, I kind of got that vibe too. So I was wondering how that would turn out.
But I mean, I do think the first Avengers was better.
Yeah. But
all in all, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many winter beards do you give it?
I'll go 6.5 winter beards.
6.5. All right.
Yeah.
Out of 7 or out of 10?
out of 9.2.
Nice.
I don't know.
Nice. That's a good number. I like that.
Yeah.
I figured why not? Just pick an arbitrary number as your rating scale.
It's true.
On a scale of 1 to 6, like why didn't you pick 5?
What? Who says that?
Yeah.
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah. Why didn't you give it a 5 or out of 5?
No.
Yeah. Well, speaking of winter beards.
Yes.
Because my week was inconsequential, so I mean, aside from what I've already talked about happening today, it's been basically me not being able to sleep, and here we are.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, so whatever. I just wanted the awkward segue of Winterbeard. Have you seen the internet outrage over the? Have you watched the recent episode of Game of Thrones? How's that? We'll start there.
Yes.
Okay.
I just watched it. Was it last night?
Okay.
I think.
So
the night before? I don't know. Whatever.
Have you seen all the there's a lot of internet outrage around the episode because spoilers. At the end of it, Sansa Stark gets married, and she gets raped at the end of it.
Right.
I mean, it's tough because in those times it was pretty much like I don't want to get into the whole thing, and you can't even say in those times because this is fictional. Keep in the right.
Not according to Snoop Dogg.
Well, true. I'm kind of tired of this show, and I think I'm falling in line with a lot of the outrage on this one, which is weird. Normally, I'm like, oh, get over it. Because a lot of the outrage is like, why do they have to keep using sex as a device in the show?
Right.
Or not sex, I'm sorry, rape. And I'm pretty much on board with them this time. Because one of the laziest ways you can make a guy seem evil is to have him rape a woman. Like hurt a woman, a child, or an animal. That's the easiest way to get heat on someone. Or it's almost like pro wrestlers. They come out in whatever town they're in. They're just like, dirt, make fun of that town's, sports team or something. It's kind of that, it's that lazy. It works, but it's that lazy,
Right.
And the guy that Sansa Stark marries, I don't really think they need to have him, like, force himself on her to make
He's already set up to be pretty evil.
Yeah, I mean, he tortures that other dude all the time. He messes with his head. He's clearly done all this other evil stuffs, you know.
I'm going to defend it in one aspect.
Okay,
though,
fair. No, yeah.
Is if, you know, because they cut to, you know, rape sounds and they're focused on Reek. And I can't remember his character, his actual name, but Reek is what they call him.
I know who you mean, yeah.
Just like, you know, horrified and crying.
Sure.
As if eventually, further down the line, he kills Ramsey.
It's got to be setting that up. That's kind of
what I was feeling. Like, he's eventually going to get out from this mind control that Ramsey's got on him.
Well, actually,
I would think.
the first thought I had was, while he's mid-coitus, why doesn't he attack him then? I mean,
he's
literally.
He's too freaked out.
True.
But the dude cut off his dick.
Well, I understand that, but it's, you know, just get after him. Like, throw some fire on his head or something.
Something. Golden Crown.
Yeah, right? We'll call back on the show itself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, a website, The Mary Sue, which is, I've cited before and stuff. And generally, they're kind of, I don't know. I don't want to describe them or label them or anything, but for lack of a better term, I'll say this. They're known for being a very feminist-forward website. How's that? Okay. I'm not trying to... I just don't even know how to word it right, but...
I maybe... Have you tried guns?
Well, I don't want to say that because I've agreed with various stuff on the site, but they have said that they're no longer going to cover Game of Thrones on their site, and they talk a lot of pop culture stuff because they're basically they're tired of this, you know. And
I've had enough of all these rapes.
Yeah, you know, and I saw they went to George R.R. Martin to see what he thought of it, and he was basically like, look, the books differ from the movie, you know, like he gave a non-answer answer. You know, he gave like the athlete answer.
That's kind of what I was wondering, because I haven't read the books, and I was wondering if, you know, how much they've... I want to read them. I have them in my stupid Kindle. I just haven't cracked into them yet.
From what I understand, like the rapes that happen on the TV show don't happen in the book.
And again, that's interesting.
It's a lazy plot device.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't happen in the book if you're any sort of a writer, because it's, like I said, it's the easiest way to get heat on a heel, you know?
Right.
I mean, it's... I don't know how else to word... I keep using wrestling terms, but it's so appropriate.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Here we go. Reek, formerly known as Theon.
Theon Greyjoy, that's
there you
right.
go. Yep. I just happened to see it in the article. So I don't know about that. I mean, everyone can make up their own mind. I'm not going to quit watching the show. I'm just like I said, I am getting tired of this as their device of making guys evil.
Yeah.
You know? But even, I don't know. It's like, even when they're not trying to make a guy necessarily evil, they use it as a device, like Lannister, like Jaime.
Right.
When he essentially, not essentially, he forces himself on his sister. I can't think of her.
Cersei,
thank you. He forces himself on her. I'm not entirely sure they were doing that to make him seem like a heel. Like, that whole family essentially is a heel family except for Tyrion.
Yeah, and
you know,
he's still got some heel qualities.
Right.
But he's the most likable Lannister.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You see what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, my problem with it is it's just lazy, and it's really unnecessary. It's like I said, they could have just... Like, the way he was looking at her and talking to her about her being a virgin and stuff was creepy enough.
Well, yeah, he's a creepy...
Yeah.
The dude that plays him comes across so creepy.
Dude, I was watching... we had the Red Nose Day, like, telethon or whatever you call it, on last night. And they had a thing where Chris Martin of Coldplay was trying to do a Game of Thrones musical, which was a kind of a funny overall bit. And they had the dude who plays... what's his name again? I forgot.
Ramsey,
yeah. They had that guy just in his civvies there, and he looks like a creep. Like, he just looks like a creep in real life. You know, like, without any acting behind it, you know? And just everything his character essentially has done feels slimy. So I said, I don't think they really needed to go that extra step. I think we all already got that he's a heel, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see. I don't think it's going to affect their viewership.
I mean, I think so. I'm not trying to defend the rape.
Yeah. No, I know what you're meaning, though.
But it's one of those things, too. It's like, well, they're married, so you got to consummate the marriage.
Right.
Whatever.
And
you know she wouldn't be willingly like, ooh, that's bone, Ramsey. So,
And like I said, it's like
I don't know how you'd.
It's not a real setting. It's not an actual like historical depiction, so I can't. It's tough
Unless
because
you're Snoop Dogg.
right?
Oh
because,
wait.
Nice.
Thank you, Snoop.
I want to, because it's like, well, if you go to like medieval type times, then basically she would.
Are you talking about ye olde times?
I certainly am. She would have
E's?
extra E's all over the place. Yeah. Not like today where there's extra E everywhere, but
yeah.
She really wouldn't have a right to say no.
Right.
Because once they're married, she would have been his possession in ye olde times. But this is a fantasy realm. Those kind of laws don't have to exist.
Right.
If you don't want them to as a writer. You know what I mean? And
this is true.
They chose to make them exist. So that's where I'm like, you could have done this differently. You could have just showed him torturing the other guy in more various ways. Even just them having sex and making that guy watch, I think kind of still makes him a heel.
Yeah.
Without having to make it sound like he's... And I know it's their first time, and clearly he's not going to be gentle, so she's going to be in pain anyway, but...
I say, it's not like, she just wouldn't willingly bang him.
Yeah, exactly. And it's... I don't know.
Not that I'm saying, like, well, you have to go for rape.
Yeah.
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 If she doesn't want to have sex with you, just rape her, guys.
Yeah.
Right?
And have
That's not what I'm saying.
Have your creepy manservant watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Your creepy, dickless manservant.
Yeah.
Who sleeps in the dog pen.
Yeah, he certainly does. To kind of get off the topic, but still talk about the show a little bit, I'm not sure I'm feeling this season as much as I have the past. It feels weird compared...
There's certain story cuts I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm enjoying what they're doing for Arya with the faceless gods and all that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see what's going on there.
Yeah.
And I like how Khaleesi's losing her city.
Yeah, she's
like shit's going sideways there.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah.
And anytime Tyrion's involved, he just amuses me.
Yeah, I was just going to say the Tyrion and I can't think of I'm terrible about the names on this show.
I can't remember that guy's name either.
The guy who he's traveling with at the moment, like their story has been, I think, one of the, has been interesting. There's a couple of them that, like, honestly, this whole Sansa Stark thing has been kind of to me. I get where they're going. They're setting up the Ramsay and his dad, launching their attack at some point or whatever, and I don't know how much I care as much about the Cersei and what's-her-face cat fight that's going on, All I can picture is her as from the Tudors, so I can't think of her name. Shite. I can't remember her name on Cersei's son that's currently the king, his wife.
Oh,
and
Hot
Cersei.
Pants.
Yeah, the two of them that are
Queen Hot Pants.
Roaring at each other. Yeah. That I'm kind of like, yawn. You move. Next. What do you think of the Jon Snow storyline? That's.
I'm digging it. I like the Jon Snow. He's trying to get the the savages on the other side of the wall to be like, hey, we're humans and they're not, so we should fight together and stuff.
Yeah. And at the same time, I'm like, all right, enough foreplay. Winter needs to come already. You know?
and I did like the, from a couple episodes back when the guy's like, he's like, you're stationed at this fortress. And the guy's like, fuck you, man. I'm not going. And he just lops his head off.
Yeah. Yep.
And he did it. I liked it because, like, way back in the first episode, his dad told all of them, like, hey, if you're going to do something like this, you got to do it yourself.
Yep.
And that's what he did.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of liked how they did that.
Yeah,
kind of a callback to it.
Because the guy was like, I'll do it for you. And he's just like, back off, And
he's like, I got this.
And I thought it was kind of cool.
I made the law. I made, sentenced him. I'm going to follow through with it.
I thought it was kind of cool, too, that he, like, the guy's begging for mercy and whatever, and he kind of looks at him, and you're kind of like, well, it's Jon Snow. Maybe he's going to, grant him some sort of clemency or whatever. Nope.
Yep. Shunk.
Shunk. Sorry about your luck, son.
What happens in you're a bitch on the wall.
Yeah. What? He just drops his sword afterwards. It's like, what? Up in everybody's face.
He's like, did you all see that?
Oh man! So that's the first time we've talked about Game of Thrones. I think this season.
I think so,
because I think the last time we were going to, you were like, I haven't got to it yet, and I was like, you son of a bitch. And
yeah.
So
we've been trying real hard to stay on top of it because spoilers in the internet.
Yeah.
And our show. Spoilers in our show.
Well, it was kind of cool and not cool at the same time that, like, I watched the leaked, how the first 5 episodes leaked to the internet.
Oh, yeah, right.
So I watched them all, like, back to back to back, So basically, while everybody else was waiting for week 2 to come, I've already seen week 5, which was cool because on one hand, ain't nobody ruined it with spoilers for me for a few weeks.
This is true.
Which was nice. But it sucked because I was like, man, it's like 4 weeks before I'm going to get to see a new episode.
Right.
It's like if they just put out, like, oh, here's the first episode of the season. See you next month. Like, oh.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, so that kind of stunk. But, yeah, I'm the same way. I'm trying to stay on top of it just because of the heathens on the internet and their spurlers. So
Yeah, they are heathens, aren't they?
Yeah. Like, one of the things that, I don't know if I want to call it spoiled or not, but things, it popped up all over the internets about Sansa, in the ending, basically, of the episode. And I was like, that I didn't really care that it got spoiled so much, because it's not like I was like, you guys ruined the rape for me,
Like, God damn it.
Yeah, so...
Now I can just barely jerk off to
it. Right. Aw. Yeah, it could be worse. I mean, you could be Theon,
That's true.
He ain't jerking to nothing.
No, he certainly
Unless it's
isn't.
like it's like playing air guitar with your dick.
Oh, poor Theon.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. So there's that. What else you want to talk about?
Well, the internet has been clamoring, Brian.
Have they?
At least in our circle of podcast pals.
Okay.
Everyone's been wanting a Doc Thirst memorial.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
So I figured it was time for Salty Language to step up.
I agree.
You ready for some Doc Thirst memorial?
I am.
All right.
Fucking ain't right.
Will you remember me?
Fucking ain't right.
Don't let your love...
That's all I got.
That's fantastic. Oh, man.
The official Doc Thirst memorial.
If for some reason you don't know what the hell we're talking about because you're new to the show or whatever, our pals over at Graphic Novice Comics Pod, the least informed comic podcast on one of their hosts, Doc Thirst, swiftly departed their podcast.
Fucking ain't right.
to go save the world as a freedom fighter.
I do have to say a big shout out to Ryan Ghost Beagley for sending me that sound clip.
Yep.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it.
So yeah, go check out Graphic Novice for as each week they continue to mourn the loss of Doc Thirst on their podcast.
It's true.
I guess, I don't know. Maybe they don't anymore. They, one thing I don't understand is how do you lose a host and not up the laser count on the show?
I agree.
Because clearly you're not paying that third salary now, so you have more money for the laser.
More
budget.
money for more lasers.
Unless Creed cost them so much that they can't afford more lasers.
Well, they may have Creed, but we have.
So they have Creed.
I did remember to pull that little rat clip for you.
And we have Rat. I'm not sure who wins. Probably us. Because
I hope so. Although I got a funny Creed story for you, actually.
Do you? Is it about Apollo Creed?
It doesn't really directly involve me, except I listen to a podcast.
Oh. So it directly happened to you. Got it.
Yes. No, I was listening to Bert Kreischer's Bertcast.
Right.
Which you don't know who he is. He's the Machine. You should look him up. He's hilarious.
He's a fantastic storyteller is what he is.
But he's talking about how when he was in University of Florida, that he was in a band, right?
Sure.
And the band basically sucked.
Nice.
But their singer was awesome. And him and his band members were like, this guy's going to surpass us. So they conspired and kicked him out of the band. And I was like, fuck you, I'm going to make a better band. And that man was Scott Stapp.
So he was wrong. See what I did there? Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
I was like, oh, that's a great story.
Well, speaking of podcast.
Yeah.
Right. I finally listened to that Radiolab you mentioned on the show at one point.
Oh, I love Radiolab.
The one where they talk about the punk rockers injecting themselves with HIV on
Crazy,
purpose.
right?
Oh, man, that's insane.
Yeah.
What a great oh, man. I'm totally locked into that podcast now.
Radiolab is an excellent podcast.
It's like each episode's about 40 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes, something
Someone
like that.
about an hour maybe, but they do a ton of production on it. So there's like, yeah.
Oh, I have one complaint, and
Yes.
it's some of the episodes are a little like jumpy, almost like you have 10 people working the soundboard at the same time. Like
Right.
somebody will jump in, or someone will be talking and then they stop and then they summarize, which I understand that's the point of it, but it feels disjointed occasionally, and I'm not. It's weird to me, but not enough that I'm like, you know. But every once in a while, I'll just be like, wow, that was a weird. Like I actually would go and rewind it a couple of times to make sure, because I felt like it skipped almost.
Right.
You know, but aside from that, I can't recommend it enough. It's a really good podcast.
The Radiolab's very strong.
I listened to, well, I'm caught up on it, but I listened to like 4 of them last night, and one of them was that one with the woman like looking out her window. And
Oh yeah, at the young couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that was a good one.
it was. And yet, at the same time, I was like, wow, and you're really drawn in. But then after I processed in my head, I'm like, that woman's a creep, you know?
Isn't you right?
Because she
Well,
stared at him. She got binoculars to stare at him.
But it even started off with her going like,
I'm not
I don't want to
proud.
look at these people.
Yeah,
And then it just
yeah.
turned into like a
Right.
weird soap opera.
Right, and then like she even says when she gets a binocular, she's like, I'm not proud of it. And I was just like, right, but man, the little thing at the end where, spoilers, I guess, even if you know this whole story, you should go listen to this woman tell this story, though. Because
Yeah.
it's really riveting. It's people watching at its weirdest, maybe, or almost weirdest, because it's, I don't know. Anyway, go listen to it.
It's pretty weird.
Radiolab is it's an NPR podcast. Like I said, it's a short one. It's good stuff. But the very end where they're like, you know, on a note afterwards, you know, like 2 weeks after her neighbor closed the windows and never opened them again. And I was like, now I want to know more. Because I wonder,
Right.
did the neighbor find out she was gawking at her, or someone else was? Or did she just shut him because maybe she had never thought to do it? Or maybe she didn't get curtains because he liked the view? Or, you know, it's like, what? Why did she get curtains all of a sudden?
What the fuck,
Yeah.
man?
You know. So it's like I want more, but I also know there's not going to be any more. But yeah. But anyways, yeah, I wanted to tell you I finally gave that a listen last
that's
night.
a great one.
recommendation on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't recommend that one enough. It's not an indie one, it's not a small one, but you know, we tend to try to recommend those, but listen, good listen's a good listen, you know.
Just like I just finally finished the final chapter of Blueprint to Armageddon. Dan Carlin's Hardcore History.
Yeah, I need to start that
If
next.
if that's a podcast you're not listening to, you should stop what you're. Well, finish this episode.
Aw, damn it. How dare you
And-
rob me of my Humpty dance?
My bad. All right, stop what you're doing.
Because I'm about to ruin. Anyway, now you can go on.
And download Dan Carlin's Hardcore History.
Yeah.
Because that guy puts his podcast comes out once every 4 months, maybe.
Right. And it's like 100 hours long, but you have enough time to listen because another one won't be out for like 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, no joke. The Blueprint to Armageddon. It's all about World War I, which is fascinating.
Yep.
And it's 6 parts long, and each episode is about 4 hours.
Yeah. But
it's like a
again,
giant audiobook.
well, like when Rob from Libsyn was on Podcasting 101 with Jason, you know, he mentioned that Dan Carlin puts on an episode, was it once every 18 weeks, I think is the average.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. But he gets like 2 million downloads per.
It's dudes.
So
His
it's
podcast
certainly-
is great.
Yeah, and he just, you know, he puts it together. He takes his time. He does a good quality podcast and then, you know, puts it up. And everybody who listens to it that likes it is like, I want more.
Yeah, that's
But at
exactly
the same
how I
time,
feel.
I don't, because I don't want him to rush it. I want it to be done the way it is. I want this quality level. If it means 18 months between episodes, I guess I'll wait. you
That's
know?
why it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But when I see it pop in my downloads, I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit!
I gotta start. I haven't started the Blueprint to Armageddon stuff. I need to
Oh,
start
it's
that.
so good.
I will
That is a guy that, I mean, not that I really foresee it happening, but if we could get him on the
that'd
Enthusiast,
be amazing.
that would make my day.
Now,
I would
will-
love to talk to that guy.
I will say this as a recommendation if you're going to download it. If you download one and you like it, download, like, if there's 4 parts or whatever, download all 4 parts, because after, I don't know what the time frame is, but after so long, they go to premium.
Right.
To
Then
where
have to-
you can't
then you
download
gotta
them.
pay for
Yeah, it's
them.
like $2 an episode or something, or 4.
But, like, if you want to, actually, right now, is his entire Wrath of the Khans is still up.
Yeah.
and it's like a 5-parter, and each one's only an hour and a half long.
Right.
And it's all about Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
Yeah, I've listened to the first 2, I think.
I re-downloaded them, so I'm like, I'm going to listen to these again.
Right. It's again, you got to be, you kind of got to be a history buff to, or someone who digs it. He's a good, he does a good job of engaging you and stuff, and basically he delivers it in a way that if you know nothing about it, you still can learn. It's not like you have to know.
He's more of a storyteller with it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's one of the best podcasts probably out there. Yeah. But it is, like I said, if you're not into history, I'd still give it a try because you might like it.
It's just damn good.
Yeah. Again, you might get caught up in the story. It's kind of like that Radiolab thing. It's like on the surface, you might, like when you read what a couple of the episodes are about, you'd be like, why do I care about kids and, injecting themselves with HIV until you listen to it. And it's crazy why they did it and stuff.
Exactly.
And that episode's only like 40, 45 minutes. It's crazy.
It's an easy listen. There's a great one when they talk to people who work in like Amazon's warehouses.
Oh, is there? Is that an older one? I haven't.
It's an older one.
Okay.
It's been a while. I mean, it's just hearing what the shit that people have to go through and like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Those fulfillment warehouses.
Yeah. Got any other podcasts you want to talk about? Since we're already on the topic, I guess.
I've been listening to a bunch of them lately.
Oh man, can I do a good segue here? Anyway, keep going. I
gotta look at my Downcast because I've downloaded a couple freshies.
Yeah, freshies.
Yeah, so I gotta take a look here.
Right. I mean, you just follow us on the Twitters at @salty_language, and we retweet all sorts of good podcasts on there anyway. So
it's true.
Like most of our pals and stuff, you'll see us retweeting frequently and such.
Well, I guess because I know I've mentioned Tim Ferriss's podcast before.
I just downloaded that to start listening to that.
Like last week I mentioned it, and I know Jason just talked about it on Daft Pod.
He did, yeah. That's actually, I after you recommended it and Jason recommended it, I'm like, man, I feel like I'm missing out. I got to
he's a good podcaster, but if you want to be offended and you want to hear some good comedy.
You want to be offended, yeah.
Yes, especially the last episode.
Okay.
Legion of Skanks.
Oh, yeah, with
Big J. Okerson.
God damn it, I love him. Yeah.
That is a funny-ass podcast, and their last one was highly offensive. Yeah, it's that's another one I recommend is Legion of Skanks. Yeah. It's very good.
He's a funny dude. So
he's and his co-host, he's got Dave Smith and Luis Gomez are his co-hosts, and they're both funny bastards too. And they do it live in front of an audience, and
oh wow.
Shit gets a little nutty sometimes.
Well, I imagine.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Fair enough. I can throw a real quick one in here. Again, every Tuesday night at 11 o'clock Eastern, Beyond the 140 puts up they actually, while they're doing their show live, there's a chat room and whatnot, and I'm generally in there making fun of whoever the guest is and other people with the other people in there because it's a pretty fun community of folks. And Joey and Dell over there put together a pretty fun show where they talk to people who are, a lot of them have been like big names on Twitter, like the accounts you see with like 20, 30,000 followers that are like making the jokes that not like a celebrity most of the time, but
right.
They're Twitter famous, if you will. But it's so amazing how many of those people, like when you hear them talking on the show and you're just like, wow, they seem like a really sweet, really cool person. Not like some person who's buying their own hype,
Right.
So, give that a listen and, whatever, because, like I said, Dell and Joey are good guys, so and they keep shouting us out on their show during the show, so I, feel like I should reciprocate.
As they should.
Yeah.
We're goddamn amazing.
Although they haven't had us on the show, assholes, but anyway, no. I kid. I guess we could see if they come on The Enthusiast also, but whatever.
It's true.
Man, this last week they had Tommy Bechtold, who was on Rock and Roll Cheeseburger a couple of times, and he was also on one of the episodes of Afterglow with Valerie Tossi.
Right.
And, he was good fun on there. And he hosts a show over on, I think it's Stream.tv or something to that effect, called Geek 360. But, at Tommy Bechtold on the Twitters. He's a funny, funny man. So, hopefully we'll be seeing more of him soon.
Sir, this is actually our new sub podcast. We call it Pod Talk. Pod Talk
with Brian and Tony. hey everybody, this is our new podcast talk where we're just going to sit around and enjoy ourselves. We're going to, talk podcasts, things we like, and we're going into the
We
NPR
like to call it Pod Talk.
So get a nice glass of tea, maybe some biscuits.
Some chamomile. Stir a little honey in there for your throat. Pod Talk.
What would be better is if you're doing a show like that, instead of taking it low into like the NPR voice, going lower into the sexy voice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby, we got a hot one for you tonight. And you just play like clips from the shows, like what Succotash show does, except you just do like a Barry White intro into the whole thing.
Put this sexy podcast in your ears, honey. Slather it up with some honey.
Well, slather is a sexy word.
It sure is.
Generally. There's probably some ways that it's not. Slathering yourself with Bengay, not as sexy.
Not so sexy.
Yeah. Maybe
like I'm going to slather this open wound on my chest with some Neutrogena.
Like what? What Neutrogena, though?
Healing gel.
Healing gel. Is that for when you become a heel?
Yes.
You rub that on, and all of a sudden you have a heel turn.
Heel turn. Oh, shit. No, not the healing gel. That's supposed to be salve.
Shooting lasers out of your eyes, and I don't know, I got nothing else. Well, and now here comes the promised segue from earlier.
Ooh.
Since we were talking about other podcasts.
Yes.
We've got a little sexy number here for y'all to listen to while we take a quick break so that we can, do things that only you can imagine, I guess. I don't really know where I'm going with this.
That's hot.
But this is from the Podcast Without Borders. And they sent us a little ditty, and we wanted to share it with y'all right now. So come on back on the other side. This is 97.5, The Groove.
5, 4, 3, 2... 1.
Hey, Drafts, I'm Dave here, joined by my very awesome co-host, Aaron Corbett.
Hey, what up, motherfuckers?
Well, I didn't use enough lubricant, or whatever it's called. I don't know. This is my cooking skills.
I get people to do this shit all the time. I got 3 little girls from Africa sponsored in one day.
Do you feel better about yourself?
I bet you sleep better at night, don't you?
Not really.
I think we should sing.
You came in like a wrecking ball. Never it's so hard in love.
Little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you coming home, Dad, I don't know when. We'll get together then, son. But when this happened, I bought us a round of drinks. Andy took one girl, Aaron took the other girl, and I paid the bill and was left there alone.
Oh!
And unfortunately, ever since then,
the diamond's smooth; it just slides right off.
Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. That is. Oh my god.
And after that, they just proceeded to call me Diamond Dave from that point on, and I just kind of accepted it.
I'm not even sorry.
I know you're not sorry. You didn't even.
Oh, just so everybody knows, Sarah is a Pole.
Not of Polish descent. My girlfriend is an actual steel concrete pole that I found one day walking home from school.
That's terrible.
Do you know what else is insane? What?
I just peed off your balcony.
Yeah, he did. He's good. Yeah.
Oh,
so it's a foursome at this point.
Yeah, if you want, you can hook with Giraffe. I don't know if he's really good at necking.
He really.
Oh. Dave.
Brutal, Dave.
Check us out at www.podcast.borders.com. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, and on Twitter at NoBordersPod, or just send us an email at podcast.borders@gmail.com. Giraffe, what do you think of our guests? That's right. Our guests are awesome, and we are awesome, and we would love to have you on podcast.borders.com.
Thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
Wasn't that a delightful promo? I almost said porno.
Porno? Yeah.
Promo, people. I thought it was.
Oh,
I enjoyed every last second of it.
Every last second?
Every last.
Just checking, that's all.
And jeez.
I just don't like hyperbole.
So aroused right now by that promo.
Somebody checking your buckle again?
Yeah, exactly.
Or your belt, I mean. Yeah.
Tighten my seatbelt, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right? Constrict the blood.
Right? Exactly.
Oh, man.
It's like a cock ring that keeps you safe.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's a little weird, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so
it works.
I have a follow-up to the last week when we talked about Archie Comics with their Kickstarter.
Oh, I kind of heard about this, but
Apparently,
yeah, go ahead.
from enough people being raggedy bitches on the internet, they canceled it.
Unreal.
Yeah, and I'm disappointed by it because I understand what they were trying to do, and like I said, my only concern was that books might not get to the retailers as quickly or whatever. But aside from that, I was like, man, you can't blame a company like this for trying to get some cash to get things rolling quicker.
Yeah, it's kind of a risk to take and stuff.
And it's not like they weren't giving anything back; they were giving issues of the book out.
Right.
And again, it's like
people would have bought anyway.
Instead of being outraged and whining and bitching over something you don't like, just fucking shut up.
Yep.
I mean, geez, I'm crow. Like, you didn't have to donate to it. Nobody was forcing you.
It falls under the mind your business law.
Yeah, it's like they're just trying to, they're trying to get a leg up. Honestly, I'm kind of like, as they go and stuff, I'm just kind of like, I wonder if there's any chance that they could, form some sort of a marriage with Image that would help them out or something.
Right.
For the publishing, to get somebody who's a bigger publisher on board with them, basically, to help them get their books out. Or, like, Diamond. I don't know why Diamond doesn't get involved in it or something,
It seems like the Archie brand is going strong.
Yeah, it seems like it's on the tick upward for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know why people had such a real issue. Oh, I mean, I do, because first of all, it's the internet, and they outraged at everything. But
yeah, it's true. I mean, geez, first, Archie Kickstarter, then rape.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, internet?
Wait a minute. Not sure I want to put those two together, but yeah, it's, like and Archie said, they're like, well, the books are still going to come out. They're just going to take a while. And then people are, why does it take so long to get the books?
I want to read this every 4 weeks, not every 8.
Yeah. Meanwhile, people who were going to buy the books anyway could have helped get the books out quicker for everybody. But, whatever. If you want to be an asshole and, well, they're a big company. They don't need Kickstarter. Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, they do. Okay? There's differences in company. Marvel and DC don't need Kickstarter. Okay? If this was Marvel trying to, hey, we want to, we need some money to help us. It's like, dude, you just did like $1 billion off the Avengers. Shut up. You have Disney money behind you.
Have you seen your movie revenue?
Yeah. It's like,
now get the fuck out of here.
You're owned by Disney. Shut up.
Yes.
Archie is not. They are a small company. It's just, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
I've wasted enough time on it, but it's just irritating that people, because of just being assholes, got this pushed to where they were just like, okay, fine, apparently, whatever, and they pulled it. So, even though they had raised $35,000 almost.
It's pretty dumb.
Yeah. So, whatever. So, this is a segment that we don't normally do on the show. This is actually our pals over at Graphic Novice tend to do this, but I wanted to bring this up.
I don't have any Creed or lasers.
Yeah, it's fine. We
don't. I got
no.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment, but no.
No.
Damn it. They're part of the Danger Entertainment Network as well, but
It's true. Plus some sort of weird Michael Leal crush going on over there.
Well, yeah, they certainly do. VF, man. I'm telling you, he's writing his name all over his Trapper Keeper.
Yeah.
We might as well just start calling him VF Liel,
Nice.
Anyway, this was about, I got a thing that I used to get when we had our shop that basically told you like sales numbers, and it's basically an inside, or a letter, newsletter that goes around for inside the comics and game industry, basically, and I still get it. And they have the top 300 comics actual for April of 2015. This is based on the Diamond indexes and publisher title data, which are basically issues that are sold through, Diamond or whatever. So in the top 10, and the only reason I brought this up was I've been curious about Convergent sales.
Okay.
Now, I've heard from various sources that comic shops are saying that the sales are not that strong on Convergence, that they have issues left on the shelves, basically. And these numbers are more of what Diamond sells. So shops are ordering a bunch, but that doesn't necessarily mean the shops are selling a bunch, necessarily. You know?
Right.
But anyway, in the top 10, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Convergence titles. And that's Convergence 0 through 4, basically, are all in the top 10. So half of the top 10 is Convergence, which I found really interesting.
So obviously, people are ordering it. By order, well, at least comic book shop. They might have been a little like, oh, this is going to be big. We better order the shit out of this.
Yeah.
And then it came out, it sucked.
Yeah. Like, it currently occupies the number 2, number 3, number 6, 7, and 9 spots of the top 10. So it's, you know, and the copies are like 100 and some thousand for 0 and 1. For 2 and 3, they're over 100,000. And where's 4 at again? Yeah, that one's over 100,000 also.
Just because I'm curious, what's the number 1 book?
Oh, well, that's the second half of what I was going to talk about.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Now, there's DC controls one other book in the top 10, and that's Batman number 40, which is the end of Endgame. So that makes sense. Plus, it's
Right.
Batman with Snyder and Capullo, so that one makes a ton of sense. That's the 4th book, and that's 131,000 copies.
Right.
The rest of the top 10 list, the other 4 in the top 10, are all by Marvel. They're all Star Wars titles.
Really?
Yep. Nothing else. Like, number 11 on the list is Spider-Gwen number 3. And then there's a few, then it's like Amazing Spider-Man, Deadpool, you know, so they've got more books as you go further down. But in the top 10, 4 of the books are Star Wars books.
Now, the Star Wars books have been decent, but is that speculation, do you think?
Here's what it comes to. Star Wars number 4 is the number 1 issue, showing the Diamond Index is, 155.43. The estimated quantity sold is 203,817.
Right.
Which is a lot of books.
Yeah.
You know, because again, if you look at the top 10 list, the non-Star Wars, non-Convergence titles, like again, Batman's the only one, and that's kind of an event book because it's the last of, you know, so it's tough to judge because all the books right now, half of them are, you know, whatever. Like the only book that's not part of these universes is at number 20 is The Walking Dead, which sold 66,000 copies.
It's a big jump from number 1. From
Right.
230-something down to 66,000.
Right. But that's one of the few Image titles in that list. I think Saga's number 30 with about 55,000.
Right.
Which is a big drop from Walking Dead at number 20. That's 10 spots lower. Anyway, Star Wars number 4, like I said, is number 1. Darth Vader number 4 is number 5. Kanan, the Last Padawan, is number 8. And Princess Leia is number 10. And all of which at 100,000 or more. Because, like I said, the top 11 books all are over 100,000. Spider-Man 17 is just under 100,000.
Excuse me. Right.
So I'm curious to see. I'm going to try to pay attention when these numbers come out for next month. I'm curious if Convergence stays up there. Because as you go down the list, there's a lot of the one-shot Convergence titles.
I haven't read it, but I heard it stinks, so I would think it'd probably dip.
Yeah. I wish there was a way to see actual sales numbers.
Right.
Like every comic shop would basically say, hey, we ordered 10 and we sold 5.
Yeah.
Now, granted, some of that could be a speculatory thing, but, you know, I don't know. I was just surprised so many copies of Convergence made it. So many issues of Convergence, I guess I should say.
It is, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, I just thought it was a little interesting. So, there's that. You got anything?
Yeah, actually. Have you heard about what awesome new feature Electronic Arts, that's what I'm calling by their full name, is putting in NHL 2016?
No.
The one thing that fans have been clamoring for, Brian.
Skates to the neck.
Maybe. That might be a cheat code.
Full fighting features?
That would be awesome, but no.
No.
Playoff beards.
Oh, nice. You're right. That's a good call.
Yeah.
It's playoff times. The guys in the game should start growing beards.
That's exactly what it is. It says the game will contain accurate representations of beard patterns, length, thickness, and growth rates for individual players.
Or lack thereof if you're Sidney Crosby.
Well, he's because
he can't grow a beard. Yeah, he tries real hard.
Too much estrogen pumping through his
He
system.
tries really hard, but it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Facial hair and him don't play nice.
No, exactly. That's what happens when you have a vagina.
I like this idea a whole lot. This is the best thing they've implemented in years.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. Those are the kind of changes I'm looking for. You know?
Hell yeah, it's about time. Control schemes? Nah.
Yeah.
Zip sticks, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, when they alter to one stick to do dumb shit.
Yeah. Nope. Mm-mm.
Nope.
Nope.
Playoff beards. That's what we want.
Full control of of your stick, like you said. Not impressive. Playoff beards, I'm all over it.
Pretty sick.
Right. So,
especially if it gets thicker as you get closer to the Stanley Cup.
Right. So certainly EA has sold. I'm sorry, our pals at Electronic Arts have sold.
Future sponsors.
Right.
Electronic Arts
have already sold 2 copies of next year's NHL franchise.
Indeed.
That's
I just got to see this beard rendering.
Yeah, I actually. So the question will be, when they do the real scans of the guys' faces and stuff, it's like, are they gonna take pictures from these guys that actually grow the beards, or are they just gonna, pick and just put generic beard on guys?
Yeah, have 25 different beard patterns set up, and they just randomly get dispersed or something.
Yeah, because I want some accuracy in there too. Guess that
true.
I don't want to be playing the game, come down to the Eastern Conference Finals with Sidney Crosby, when I'm whooping him with my Detroit Red Wings, and see him with a full luxurious beard, because I'll be I'm not having that.
Skating around like a Viking or something.
Right, because he grows like a 13-year-old beard. He doesn't grow a real man beard.
Yeah, he's got the wispy pube beard.
Yeah. So I will not have any of this. So they better get it right. I think you're probably right. That's probably what they'll do. They'll probably have 3 types. A sparse beard up to Viking beard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And they'll assign them to the guys based on what they actually
It's what level would you like to create a character? The bottom is Sidney Crosby.
Right.
The top is Mumford and Sons.
I like it.
Yeah.
Damn it. I just got the title for the show. The show's The Full Mumford. So
Perfect.
Because I was just about to say it, and then I was like, ooh, that's a good show title.
Indeed.
Less scandalous than last episode's name with the pentagram of kittens and all, but
well, spooky.
Yeah.
I don't think our last episode was Pentagram of Kittens. I thought it was something
It
else.
wasn't. It was Clanging and Banging. I got it wrong.
That's right. Clanging and Banging.
Clanging and Banging.
Yeah. Robot sex.
Like The Rock. Or Neil with a back wheel of
a
bike, as we've established now.
You see the picture I sent him?
Yeah.
The Braziers logo?
Yeah.
Or however we say that?
Brazzers.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's fantastic. That's perfect, though.
If it's not amateur, I'm not interested.
Oh, man. Now Neil's going to start sending you his bike rides.
Start?
Oh, sorry. I forgot you're executive producer on all those videos.
Exactly.
Neil Goes for a Ride, Part 1. You just see the bike's upside down. He's just spinning the back tire,
Spraying WD-40 on it, sensually.
Well, just putting the word sensually in a lot of sentences just makes them better,
It's true.
Like, oh, what are you doing? Eating a pizza. Sensually. Like, how do you... Never mind. It's like, oh, I fold it over. Wink, wink.
I'm going to go visit the salad bar first. Sensually.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, it works. It's every situation. It's
it's a
pretty good. It's like the Swiss Army knife
Yeah.
of sexy phrases.
It really is, yeah. I'm going to segue sensually.
Oh. I'm
I
turned on.
I'm really not.
Oh.
I guess I should get back on mic. Oddly enough, I had a dream last night that you, me, and some random person were doing a podcast, and you and the other person would not stay on mic. It was pretty much like the whole episode was me.
That's really weird.
The episode was basically me just yelling at you two for not staying on mic. I don't know why that is. You haven't had that issue in, years almost now.
Yeah, it's true.
Wow.
Well, because before I'd have the mic stand set up, and I would get in the chair, and as I would get tired and more tired,
well, let's call it what it is.
I would just start melting.
Well, you're a man of leisure.
I am a man of leisure.
You were just, having leisure time in the chair, and
well, it's like this.
Essentially.
I was like Clayface.
Yeah.
If he starts to get weak, he just can't keep in the form.
Right.
I couldn't keep in a form of podcaster. I just turned into mush.
Sensually.
Sensual mush. That's like that could be a sex product.
Yeah.
It's like the world's worst named lube, sensual mush.
I'm gonna stick this in your sensual munch. Munch. That's even weirder. Oh my. All right. Let's move to. Do you got any other like new stuffs?
No, that was it.
Okay.
I saw playoff beards. I'm like, that's got to get out of my nose.
Obviously, we had to talk about that. Yeah,
for sure.
Did you watch the Flash finale?
Boy, did I, Brian.
Sensually?
Sensually.
Because I know I watched it sensually.
Yeah.
What an interesting episode.
It was interesting.
Spurlers, just to be safe and all. What about that ending?
I like the ending.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spurl too much.
Okay. I kind of want to talk about the ending because I want to talk a little bit about going forward with the show.
Fair enough.
So,
well, you put it on me what you want.
Okay, we don't have to spurl everything.
Yeah.
You know, we'll leave a certain thing, certain things that are, like a Bon Jovi song, if you know what I'm saying. You're to blame, I'm just going to say.
I just got...
Yeah, I know. We don't have Bon Jovi at the ready until Neil comes back on.
We certainly don't.
When Neil's back on, we'll have Bon Jovi at the ready because he'll just start singing it.
Although, just real quick, because I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah.
If S. Anthony Thomas from the S. Anthony podcast, S. Anthony Says podcast, gets this far in our episode, that's for him.
Yeah, sensually.
Essentially. That was Chewbacca blowing a load.
Right. Well, he seems like a sensual man. I don't mean Chewbacca. I mean S. Anthony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he seems like a sensual man. Well, he might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't want to go up to Peter Mayhew and find out.
No, me neither. Not unless I have a pitchfork and a torch.
Yeah, I was like, because he's kind of a ghoul. All right, so back to the Flash.
Oh yeah, back to the Flash.
All right, so I kind of it's like the very ending of the show. They basically create a separate timeline, essentially. Almost. There's like a wormhole, essentially, that they create. And there's already been spoilers kind of thrown out for next season that the Flash may tinker around in the multiverse.
Right.
Which could not make me more excited. Because I would love for them, and I don't know that they will, but how cool would it be if they did some stuff with Flash in other universes?
That would be kind of cool.
They could have so much fun with that. Like he visits like the Red Sun Superman or something, It'd just be kind of cool to throw some of that stuff out there. I doubt they'll get that far into it. It'll probably just be, oh, I'm another Flash or, whatever. But
he's just looking for that one final leap, the leap home.
Yep. Just hoping that someday his leap will be the leap home.
Yeah.
I can't remember the theme music for it, but
it's like do 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 do.
Seems close enough. Yeah. I feel like I was gonna say if you're not there, you're like this side of a Mentos commercial. Somewhere in there. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is this has been a hell of a season of Flash, though.
Yes,
as I've said countless times.
Very sad. The one thing I saw on Reddit was, that they wished Barry would use his abilities to travel forward through time to season 2.
Nice.
Which I couldn't agree more with because I'm ready for season 2 to start.
I know, right? And it's going to be so far away.
Yeah.
I saw Oz posted a thing somewhere that he kind of hates the fact that like Barry doesn't win fights by himself generally. Like every fight he's won has been with assistance,
Right.
And he's got like no self-confidence. And it's like, I get it. It bothers me a little bit too, but I'm also like, if you watch Batman Year One, he wasn't the necessarily full-on confident,
he wasn't the bat yet.
I guess we kind of give him, a little time to get like super confident. But that needs to change from like the beginning of season 2 forward. Like it just needs to be done with his, boo-hoo, I'm not sure I believe in myself bullshit, like emo teen stuff. That's got to right out.
They've had moments through the season where he's like gets flashes of confidence and he rocks.
Right. You know, the only thing I hate is that, like, a lot of them, like, one's with Iris, a lot of them are with Dr. Wheels, you know, to where they're in his ear, and I believe in you, even in this episode, where he, you know, he's like, I believe in you, Barry, I always have, and then Barry's like, gee willikers, I'm gonna go do it, you know?
Oh, joy.
Yeah, it's like, come on. Like, Barry should just be like, you know, I don't need you, I believe in myself. Or,
After I open up this rift in the worm time, space-time continuum.
What time is it? Worm time!
We're gonna go fishing at the fishing hole.
Yeah, you know, like, Joe always, I believe in you, Barry, and it's like, God, enough. Like, we get it. Everybody believes in him except him, you know?
Ironically, I yell worm time in the bedroom.
Well,
what time?
Sensually.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Can you yell sensually?
I can, but I don't know if anyone else can.
Oh, well, you're like a black belt in yelling.
Right. Like, wow, I'm frightened and turned on.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
I like it.
I feel like I should be running, but
yeah,
I'm so aroused.
Oh, man. It's, you know, clearly Barry needs to be shown some video of Hulk Hogan from the 80s. It's like, listen, you say your prayers, take your vitamins, believe in yourself, you know. Listen, you know, the Hulkamaniacs are behind you. You know?
He is a real American.
Obviously. I mean,
fight for the rights of every man.
I understand. I remember. So yeah,
Just saying.
I'm with Oz and different folk on that. That especially for season 2, I think it's time to throw that stuff out the window and let Barry be confident going forward.
It's true.
Because really, he's put it all on the table in the season. You know,
yeah.
He threw his nuts on the table and told Iris how he feels.
Right.
He's stood up to Wells. He's, you know, made big boy decisions about, you know, traveling through time, you know, and Spurler-ish type things in this episode. So, you know, it's like, listen, man, you've already, you know, you've set your, you know, your mandangles on the table. It's, you know, it's just time to own it and go forward.
Yeah, exactly.
So, how about this? What do you think about Spurler? What do you think about Reverse Flash telling Cisco that Cisco has powers?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I saw some speculation, like trying to figure out who he could be, and I can't remember the character's name off the top of my head now. Somebody that I've only heard the name of, but I'm not real familiar with.
Right.
But I was like, like that's an interesting twist.
Right, and I did see the screen caps of Caitlin as Killer Frost.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because like when he's running through time and they show all the weird shit going on.
Yeah.
There's a part where she's Killer Frost.
Oh, I didn't
and of course Reddit like dissected that whole sequence.
Yeah, sure. Freeze frame, right? That makes sense though, huh?
Because I mean that's supposedly that's what she's supposed to be eventually is Killer Frost.
Right, right. Which again, now the question will be like you see stuff like that. It's like, well, did Barry see that as is that a multiverse thing, or is that so
just his future or whatever.
Right? Yeah, it can be kind of cool. They can I like that they can toy with that a little bit with Flash because it's so. That's a big part of the character. His ability to essentially, he's always the conduit between the multiverses.
Right.
So yeah. But overall,
Yeah, I'm ready for. I mean, I'm sad that there's not going to be an episode for a while.
Yeah.
To be honest, and there's not many TV shows that I feel like that about.
That's true. That's why I said that's a show I will miss. And
unlike Gotham,
you just had to do it, didn't you? Son of a bitch.
I did.
You jerks. You jerks. Meaning us. Let's see what else I got. Well, you said you didn't read any comics this week, so
no, I really thought over the weekend because of vacation. I'm like, I'll be able to catch up on my books.
No,
hell no, hell no,
no. All right, I get you.
Yeah,
see,
I really.
There's only one book I'm really disappointed that you didn't get to this week, and that's
What's
Archie
that?
versus Predator number 2.
Yeah, I know. I saw it came out
because I wanted to talk about it.
I suck.
And you ruined everything.
I'm like 3 weeks to a month behind on books now.
Yeah, see, that's where I was.
It's horrifying.
You know what's awful is I was that far behind, so I started really like powering through books, And by the time I got caught up, I was like, wow, a lot of those books didn't feel like they were that good. And I'll bet it's more of almost like a burnout on them.
Yeah, probably.
It's like I
very
read
well was.
so many books that I was just like, meh, as I was running through them,
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh.
I'll say this about Archie versus Predator real quick. I won't give anything away, really, except this. This issue delivers more of what you and I were looking for from this series.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I can't wait to read it then.
So I'll give you that, and that's all I'll say about it. So
I just because I'm starting to feel a little buzzed.
Woo!
I completely forgot about this until this moment. I don't know why I even thought about it. But the day we got back from our weekend, we're like, all right, guys, kids, you guys stay here and get your room straightened out. Because we have a rule for kids that we don't care what the room looks like. Just close your door.
Right.
But on Sunday, when we check it, it better be clean.
Fair.
Right?
Right. So it can look like hot garbage all week.
Yeah, as long as the door's closed, we don't give a shit.
Right.
But on Sunday, we're going to go in and look. And if it's not clean, then, hey, give me your Kindle. You're not watching TV for a week.
Right.
So we're like, hey, you guys stay here. We got to run to the grocery store. Clean your rooms. We'll be back.
Right.
So we're going up Secor Road, a local road for you kids here.
Ooh, shout-outs!
We're going to go, whatever. And I just looked at Gina. I'm like, I think we should maybe go to Rockies and have a cold one.
Always a good idea, right?
Which is a nice local dive bar.
Okay.
So we popped into Rockies. I had a couple. We went grocery shopping. Then on our way home, I'm like, we should stop by Chow and get a couple more. So Chow's, Italian joint. They have a really nice bar in there.
Yeah.
Ended up having a great conversation with some dude who used to run, I think it's called Ashley's in Ann Arbor.
Okay.
It's got like 70 taps. He told us we need to go there.
All right. Wow.
But, I had a couple there, and I was feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Come home, mow the grass.
Essentially. Yeah.
Dude, what a terrible idea that was.
I don't see how it could be.
What a terrible... I was like running in the trees.
It's fine.
I ran over some big wire
God, that's
thing.
right. And you're talking on like a riding track.
I'm on a riding mower.
So you're essentially driving while intoxicated.
I was. I was hammered. I did half my yard.
Now, out of curiosity, is it illegal in your
silly.
yard? Like, if you're doing that in your yard, is it illegal? Because if
I
you
have no
take it
idea.
out on a road, it is. Because it's operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated. But
Yeah, I honestly don't know, but I was feeling. Yeah,
can you imagine that?
I mean,
a cop rolls by and sees you just swerving all over your yard.
dude, it was not good. The worst part was, though, I mean, I did hit a tree, but the worst part was, I'm like, why is it not mowing? What's going on?
Oh, jeez.
And I look, and there's this, because for some reason my kids were playing with our wired tomato stakes.
Okay.
And they're like green.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it. I ran it right over and mangled the shit out of it.
I'm sure it did, yeah.
So I'm like, I'm yanking on it all dry. It was horrible.
Sensually.
Essentially.
Because that makes it sound like a way different story.
Yanking on a tomato steak, you know what I'm saying?
Sensually, right.
Essentially. Yeah, I don't know why it just flashed in my brain, but that was my drunken afternoon. Hitting up bars and mowing the grass.
Seems like a strong idea. You should do that every week.
That was a terrible idea.
Nah, it's fine. Just put a helmet on, Safety first.
I'm just glad, I had the smarts to turn the mower off when I'm yanking the thing out from underneath it.
Yeah, that's probably where it could have gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I need a hook hand, honey.
Now you become the idiot that the warning is made for.
Yeah, no shit.
Like, it's fine. I can just dodge the blade.
Well, it was one of those things. I mean, I love my kids, but after all weekend of them, when we got away from them,
yeah,
it was kind of nice,
Sure, yeah.
And then, you start knocking back some high-octane IPAs and whatnot. And
as is tradition, right? Yeah. That's,
what are you going to
do? Get on your mower.
Mow the grass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Shifting gears back to television.
I've had multiple beers. Dare me to drive.
Yeah,
So you're on the back. You're on the tractor. Woo!
That's pretty much how it was like.
White girl wasted and cutting the grass.
It was something, all right.
Nice. No, I don't really have any other TV stuff. I was just, figure we'd talk a little bit about The Flash and then pretend to and not talk about, comics so much. Oh, one other book real quick that I dug was Daredevil's Secret Wars.
Oh, yeah, you texted me. I should check that out.
That was, it was a pretty funny book. I did enjoy that. I've been reading the Secret Wars stuff because, I can. And, like, Battle World #1 came out this week, and it's weird. Like, I kind of like the story, but I don't love the story,
Right.
And, like, remember a couple weeks ago where I was like, yeah, there's going to be, like, a book called Thors, and I don't know how interested I am, and blah, blah. I'm a little more interested in Jason Aaron writing that book now because, like, the Thors are, like, the enforcers for Doom.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like, they follow all of his commands, and various people are Thors. Like, Sam Wilson, Falcon, is a Thor in this,
right,
and stuff. And it feels very. It's weird. It almost feels like it takes place kind of in the, like, 1602 timeline. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. And if it's not quite that old, but it kind of feels more like it's more of a primitive kind of world and stuff. Like, whenever you break the law, you go over the shield, which basically means you get dumped into zombie land, basically.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so it's, that'll be... That's why I said it's like I'm interested in it. I'm way more interested in it than I was in Convergence. Maybe that's just more because I've always been more of a Marvel guy than a DC guy,
Right.
So, I don't know. But would I recommend it to people? Probably not. Let's just say, I'll say this. I'm very glad, as far as just the books and trying to sell books, that we don't have our shop now.
Right,
because
too much content.
I'd have a hard time trying to promote Convergence or Secret Wars. I'd be like, listen, I get it, but man, I could see where some shops might run through some lean times these couple months here because the stories aren't great,
Right.
So, yeah, there's that. I'll step off the soapboxes now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Was it steps off my soapbox or whatever it was I said that one time? I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
Soaps box? I don't know.
Soaps box.
Soap spots? I don't know.
Soapbot.
Soapbot? That sounds either sensual or...
It's my shower invention, the Soapbot.
Well, like I was saying, it's either sensual or terrifying. Those are the two settings, pretty much. It's either gentle and erotic, or
got a switch, and one side's a happy robot face, the other one's an angry robot face.
Oh man,
sensual or terrifying?
Right. Well, I mean, because it has to be one or the other, because like that's what all robots are, right?
Sensual just scrubs you down all nice,
Right.
like.
You're like, oh wow, this is nice. That's and then the other one, it's just like
terrifying. It's just shooting soap in your eyes and your pee hole.
Right. It's just shredding your skin while it's soaping your legs and stuff.
Right.
It's just awful, Why would someone put this out?
This is a terrible option.
You call the company, like, yeah, there's something wrong with you. Like, did you turn it on angry again? Like, it's kind of like the Simpsons with the Treehouse of Horror, where Bart gets the Krusty doll. And all it is it's turned to evil.
Right, exactly.
Like the switch on his back. I'm like, wow. Sir, have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again? Because obviously you asked that question first.
Which direction are his eyebrows pointed?
Down? Ooh, yeah. We'll send a
boy.
technician out right away.
Yeah. Not the angry eyebrows.
Yeah. By technician, it's someone who just comes out and just destroys the robot.
It's just a ball peen hammer.
Huh. Like, wow, he's not subtle at all about his job. Like, nope. Effective.
It's like they really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Actually.
Subtle like a car wreck.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, that's all I got. Unless you got something else, sir?
Good
call.
Nope. I'm sorry. I covered everything in my list of fun here.
Essentially. Yeah.
Essentially.
There you go. That's the new thing. It's instead of saying, in bed or in the back of a car or whatever with your fortune cookie fortunes, it's essentially at the end of whatever it is.
Indeed.
Yeah. You will go visit your mom and give her a massage. Sensually.
It has been written, so it shall be done.
Oh, that'd be rough. Yeah, one last thing. For anyone who has the Hulus, I just figured out the other day that they have a bunch of Cartoon Network shows, like on their like full runs of them, like Samurai Jack.
Probably not Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
No, but
Samurai... we'll get to that Thursday.
Right. but Samurai Jack.
That's awesome.
I was like, finally, I can watch the seasons I didn't get to see all of. So,
love that show.
Yeah, and I just went through and watched a whole bunch of Adventure Time, but that's my thing.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I guess with that, go to the saltylanguage.com, and you'll find all the links and videos and pictures and other sensual things. Whatever Tony feels like putting up sensually.
Oh boy.
Hopefully after he's had a few and mowed his grass.
Oh, good Lord. Never again.
Fine.
At least never again of stuff laying in the yard.
Got it. Here's what we do.
All right.
We get a huge yard, 2 riding mowers at least.
Right.
Power hour.
Nice.
And then we have to cut the grass.
Then we start each side of the yard like Tron.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go at each other.
I have a feeling it's just going to end up with an accident in the middle of it and both of us lying on the grass.
Probably. The mowers just doing their own thing, running over children.
Right. It'll
It's
be
like
like
maximum
Roombas.
overdrive.
Right. Yeah, that's way better. I was going to say Roombas, but yeah.
Yeah.
On the Salty Language website, if you happen to shop on the Amazon, please swing by saltylanguage.com first. Click on the Amazon link there, and then do your shopping. Costs you nothing extra. They throw a few pennies our way, and it helps us
don't
out.
be a dick. Let them throw their pennies us.
Yeah.
Way stuff.
Yeah. Or if you would prefer to get on the Wall of Enthusiasts,
Ooh.
you can sign up for Patreon and donate as little as like $1 a month, or as much as you'd like to, pretty much, to help our show out, to upgrade some equipment, fly us to lavish locations, and do all and so we can do everything sensually.
Exactly. And stay tuned. T-shirts are coming.
Right. Why do I feel like we're going back to like Game of Thrones here? We'll be like, T-shirts are coming. We'll just say it for months, and it'll just
stock the larders. T-shirts are coming.
Did you say stock the larges? Okay. If you want to follow the show, the best way is on the Twitter machine at salty_language. I'm at Stunami.
Oops, I'm punching the microphone. I am at Monotony.
Punching the microphone sounds like a euphemism.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, you interrupted me. I was punching my mic.
Sensually.
Sensually.
I was waiting for you to be like, no, there's nothing sensual about it. All just violence and anger.
Straight anger. I punch it like the Germanic tribes did.
Yes. Let's see. I think that's about it. Yeah, if you get a chance, also go check out the other show that I have. It's The Crazy Life, and we'll tweet out the link from the Salty Language account, or you can just contact me or the show, and I can hook you up with the link to the website and such. And
Booyah.
with that, I guess. Well, I guess real quick, we should probably mention the networks that we're part of, eh?
Yeah, all right.
All right. Podgods Network, Musings of a Geek Network, Tangent Bound Network. Let's see, what's that other one? Danger! Ah, that's the one. Danger! Entertainment. And we're also on the podcast list for Geek Life Radio.
Wicked Radio? Aren't we on Wicked too?
Oh, yeah. I guess we should mention those guys.
There's so many networks.
Not to be confused with the porno. Although, if, I don't even know if Wicked is, I just sounded like a porn thing. All right. I think that's all the business. So now that we've given you all the business, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Unless you're mowing your grass.
Then have more beers. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
Stay salty.
And don't mow rocks.
No, it's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
they fly everywhere.
Someone could get hurt. A window could get broken.
You shoot your eye out.
And she was right. I had shot my eye out.
Essentially.
Essentially.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
You are now leading the world of Musings of a Geek Podcast Network. Stay geeky, my friends.